Well, we've had the latest correspondence from Racing UK in relation to their Irish coverage, which begins on the 1st of January 2019, as most of you will know by now. They have confirmed that all Irish races will be available to view online on the Racing UK Extra facility, and that on busy days they will have a separate gallery, so they'll have talent and a proper show on the online facility to analyse and cover the Irish racing. So that much is good, but I suppose the concerns, as readers of my column will know by now probably, is that a good portion of the Irish racing might find itself relegated to the online platform and not on the main television station. The situation as it is with At the Races, Irish racing has equal billing with the English racing and Scottish racing and Welsh racing or whatever else. It gets great coverage on At the Races. There's a lot of editorial coverage in parade rings and so on. My fear would be that from January 1st, that's going to be very hard to replicate on Racing UK on the television platform. If you take New Year's Day alone, for example, there's 4 English meetings, one of which is Cheltenham's New Year's Day card, of course, and then you've 2 Irish meetings at Fairyhouse and Tramore. I would be seriously concerned that in situations like that, the Irish meetings will come off worse. At the end of the day, we must also remember that Racing UK's parent company, RMG, is 100% owned by its British track, so they're shareholders within it. So the suspicion would be, I suppose, that they'll be obliged to give priority to those British tracks. Again, as anyone who read my columns recently will know, I think this is a detrimental move for Irish racing. We've gone from being front and centre on ATR to possibly being shunted down the pecking order by the looks of things on Racing UK. And probably no harm to re-emphasise from my own point of view as well, I think Racing UK is a superb channel and they do great productions, and I'd be a big fan of them. This isn't about them, it's about Irish racing's promotional platform, I suppose, that we are not going to get the same coverage that we would have done on ATR, that we've become accustomed to on ATR, especially the middle of the road trainers and owners and jockeys who you would often see interviewed on ATR in the parade ring and so on. It's going to be very hard to replicate that on a routine basis, I think, on Racing UK. When ATR was at its peak, it had 56 tracks. Racing UK as of next year will have 61. And again, like if you look at New Year's Day, just as an example, you're talking about 6 fixtures, including a high-profile card at Cheltenham, that will need to be squeezed into a 4-hour window between 12 and 4 o'clock due to the short days. Last year, I think the last jumps race was on at 3:40 due to the closing daylight hours and so on. So it's a very narrow gap when you're talking about races. On average, jump races that time of the year between 4.5 and 7.5 minutes. And when you factor in late starts and late off times, it's going to get very, very congested. And I think it's probably inevitable, looking at it from this perspective, this far out, it's inevitable that a lot of the racing will have to be put on the online platform in that situation. This all came about, of course, when the rights to Irish racing were sold off to SIS, and they were then able to bargain as they wanted with them. They could have sold them where they like. They've sold them back to RUK, having been with ATR for a long time. And you know, it's changed things dramatically, and it's going to be difficult to see how, when you look at the reach that ATR gave Irish racing, there was, in July alone, it had a reach of 260,000 viewers in Ireland, and they may only be fleeting viewers. They may not be there for a long duration. They may glance at it and move on again, or they may dip in and out and watch a race or watch a couple of races. But that sort of exposure is going to disappear. RUK has 50-odd thousand subscribers, between 3.5 and 4,000 of them are based in Ireland, and it costs £300 a year to get the subscription. It just won't have the same sort of reach. So apart from the congested nature of it all and the fact that some of it is going to be lost online, there is the reach as well. The viewers, you're not going to get the same number of viewers. It's as simple as that. And I think, from an Irish racing point of view, that's very, very worrying.